Now, one thing that I will say right up front, okay? I want to say thank you to those of you who have been along for this ride the last 2 to 2.5 months of RPG Mania. As we've termed it, I've been in the midst of RPG overload. With so many RPGs at once being played, being juggled, I haven't been able to focus really on any of them. It hasn't allowed me to make significant progress in many of them. And in some of these games, we're now approaching, 120 hours of gameplay time. And it's been wild. I want to say thank you to those who have been around, who have been hanging out and supporting. Many have not. Many have outright said, man, while these RPGs are going on, I'm tapping out. I'm not even going to watch. I'll come back whenever Phil's not playing an RPG. So because of that, a lot of people haven't been around. And in addition to that, although I will say this, although support on some of these streams has done well, for example, notably the Baldur's Gate 3 streams have done really well when it comes to daily support, and I'm very appreciative of that. You guys have helped me out tremendously. Overall, viewership, engagement, support are all down on this channel because all I've been doing is playing RPGs. Okay? And there's nothing that I can really do to that. You know what I mean? Like when these are the big games coming out, these are the ones I'm covering because they are the big games coming out. When all the other games that are out are flopping, like Suicide Squad, for example, I'm kind of left between a rock and a hard place, right? What do I do when there really are no other options besides RPG, right? Basically, the Baldur's Gate 3 streams are doing good support-wise during the stream. But that playthrough fell off 3 months ago. No exaggeration. The views as of like late January, okay, maybe not 3 months ago. I guess it was 2 months ago. The views as of late January are atrocious. When I upload videos of that playthrough, they don't get 300 views in days. In fact, there's still parts of that playthrough from 2 weeks ago that have like 200 views. No one's watching that playthrough on demand at all. People fell off because it's too long, and that's just a symptom of a too long game. It's incredibly hard to get people to watch it on demand, okay? Because that game's been going on, I feel like it did negatively affect all the other playthroughs I'm doing. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, if we hadn't just played Like a Dragon Gaiden back in December, if there hadn't been Like a Dragon Ishin earlier in 2023, right? And if I wasn't playing other RPGs, maybe Infinite Wealth would have gotten way more support and attendance and engagement. But the problem is, everything already was invested in another RPG. Then Final Fantasy VII came out, and it's like, what was going to happen? I thought maybe Final Fantasy VII would end up getting all the attention and the other two playthroughs would suffer. No. Basically, the Final Fantasy VII playthrough is dead in the water. As I started to play it, I realized within 2 streams, people just didn't care that much about this playthrough because I was already playing 2 other major RPGs, so the time was just ridiculously divested into these 3 different games in different directions, and I wasn't making enough progress in any of them, right? So out of all the RPG playthroughs I'm currently doing, all right, I'd have to say for me, I'm most invested in Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon because I'm the furthest in those, and it looks like if I really heavily focus on those, I'll beat them within a couple of weeks, which is my plan. With Final Fantasy VII, I don't even know what to do with it. I really don't. It seems like no one cares about it. When I play it, half the chat is disconnected from what we're doing in the game. The other half is complaining the game's boring. And it's like, I don't feel that way. I enjoy Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I can't do that much with a game that the audience isn't connecting with. I'm trying to make it look fun and do all the fun content and everything, and there's not much I can really do to make it exciting for you. If you don't like Final Fantasy VII or what they've done with the game, I can't make it appealing, And again, I really, really feel like if I wasn't playing 2 other RPGs at the same time, and that was the one RPG in my mix, more people would be showing up and attending and being invested in it. But you're not going to be invested when you have 3 different directions to go for a current RPG, right? So, I want to say thank you to those who have been showing up and supporting. But overall, and this is just being truthful, with this RPG overload of the last 2 months, this channel is way down. Views, engagement, support. Now you might say, well, I don't get that because I'm watching Baldur's Gate 3, and when you do Baldur's Gate 3 on stream, it's always a supportive stream. You're right. For those of you who attend the Baldur's Gate 3 streams and support them, thank you. But the problem is that's all I'm getting is that support during the stream, which I'll be honest is primarily tips. This channel right now is way down on memberships and way down on the super chats that I would normally receive during any daily stream. no matter what game it was, I would consistently get that level of support, and I'm not getting it anymore because it's only the same crowds coming by every day for these RPGs and the same crowd supporting Baldur's Gate 3 with tips. But outside of that, everything else has dwindled. So, thank you to those supporting. If you like this content, if you like this channel, if you like the fact that now I'm putting my foot down to get out of this, please consider supporting it in some way. And anything is appreciated. Again, tips, super chats, memberships, gifted memberships, all appreciated. I'm trying to get out of this rut, and I think we will. I think in the next couple of weeks, okay, we will absolutely get out of this, okay? But we have to get out of it. And, you know, it's going to be at that level eventually once we get the variety of games in there. And there are a variety of games coming out. I guess the question is, which ones do I play? And again, that's the question I'm faced with this week for this Friday. Do I eventually play both new games, or do I only play one of them? What about this Alone in the Dark game coming out that still is a big question mark? No one really knows what it's going to be. So we have to basically be vigilant, correct, and diligent, and get through the endings of these two games and then move on to focus on other stuff.